having a great guru, Technoayurveda, Nadi Bhishak, Dr. KSR Prasad sir. I think नाम ही काफी है सर, तो अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में एस्ट्रोलॉजी से लेकर अलग अलग पंचकर्म काफी सारे विषयों पर सर अपना प्रवचन देते रहते हैं और काफी दिनों से सर ज्योतिष के क्षेत्र में भी एक अलग से काम कर रहे हैं. तो डॉक्टर जोशी सर प्लीज. सो आई थिंक सर के लिए तो इतना ही उनके लिए मतलब बोलना काफी है, क्योंकि उनका नाम अपने आप से है इस क्षेत्र में, नाड़ी विज्ञान के क्षेत्र में, ज्योतिष के क्षेत्र में.
डॉक्टर केएसआर प्रसाद जी का मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं. वो नाड़ी के क्षेत्र में, ज्योतिष के क्षेत्र में, पंचकर्म के क्षेत्र में और टेक्नोलॉजी को आयुर्वेद से जोड़ने के क्षेत्र में बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है डॉक्टर केएसआर प्रसाद जी का, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
नमस्ते सर. नमस्ते.
So let's, yeah, sir. We are eager to listen you, sir. Astrology and Nadi.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the organizers, Nadi, Prabodhini, and everybody, one and all. In fact, when I hear this topic, this is so pitiable to me, because I was looking, did anybody speak this particular topic prior? Nadi in Jyotisham. When I see the entire databases, nowhere nobody has spoken it. Maybe I am the first person to speak a relation between a Nadi and the Jyotisham. And I don't know how this thought came to Shilpa Madam mind to speak a relation between the Nadi and the astrology. In fact, Nadi, the pulse diagnosis, I speak myself, developed a Tantu pulse diagnosis. Tantu full form is, it is a Technoayurveda utility-based Nadi. This particular Nadi, I speak relation to the of Panchakarma very specifically, where the dosha relation to the Panchakarma relation and establishment and estimation of the treatment by the blocking methodologies. The Tantu, which I have come across with the various experiences. This Tantu Nadi Pariksha methodology is based upon 5 levels, and these 5 levels very practicality to speak and to decide what is the Panchakarma which is to be adopted, and later on the medicines which are to be prescribed for the particular person after the Sodhana. Now when we see a pulse diagnosis grossly, it is a physical and objective parameter based upon the circulation of the blood. The Jyotisham, by terminology definition itself, is based upon the light energy. The Jyoti is light and Jyotisha is the science of the light. A science of the life, Nadi, pulse diagnosis, pulse. Science of the life is compared with light of the life is a very big and great thing. And Jyotisham, when we see, it looks as if subjective, even though it is based upon the mathematics and calculations. As it is a celestial, under the so many physical energies embedded, its a reflection with astrology, like electromagnetism, gravity, strong force, weak force, and so on. There are many n number of the energy forces are there. Here these energy forces, as the energy neither be created nor be destroyed, it can be converted into the another energy. The light energy is converted into the life energy in Ayurveda. This Ayurveda, based upon the Tridosha Siddhanta, is interpreted with reference to that of the astrology and the 9 planets and 12 zodiac signs. I have attempted Ayur Jyotisham, a medical astrology, and I am conducting a course on the Ayurveda Jyotisham also. Here the question of this celestial subjective, so-called, a cumulative effect related with the physical principles are to be compared with a mere small parameter, tiny parameter of the Nadi Pariksha. Because the Nadi is under the influence of the Tridosha, and which is based upon its circulation and the components of the blood and thickness and thinness of the vessels, and so on. Now, when we see a gross ideology, astrology is mainly chiefly based upon the 9 planets and 12 zodiac signs distributed in 27 stars. These 27 stars are having the 108 padas each. Nakshatra will have bear the 4 padas. That means 108 padas distributed in the 12 zodiac signs. I made a concept of the Kalapurusha Anga Praching Vibhaga based upon the traditional textbooks and explorative innovative ideologies, and a data bank which is being made to derive a particular nakshatra pada or the navamsha of the zodiac in reference to a particular artha. When this attempt is being made, I came to understand much more things. Basically, the diagnostic methods of the Jyotisha, diagnostic methods of the Nadi Pariksha are 2 different entities. There will be a link when they are both are demanding or both are denoting a particular aspect of the health and disease state. The diagnosis of a disease is common in the medical astrology Ayur Jyotisham, and also is a common in the pulse diagnosis. This is the common entity which we see in between the Ayur Jyotisham medical astrology and Nadi Jyotisham or Tantu diagnosis. When we see this, fundamentally we must have a small understanding what is what before correlations. The circulation, as chiefly is being denoted by the 4th bhava of the natural zodiac, is the Karkata Rasi. Because you see the Karkata, the crab is going to have the 8 limbs, and these 8 limbs are going to be in circulation and they are going to be made, and especially here the Lord of the Karkata is the Chandra, who is denoted in the astrology as a reflection of the Rakta. Buddha, the Mercury, is said as the reflection of the Rasa. Rasa and Rakta admixture is going to be circulating. That's why whenever a circulatory defectives or circulation is going to be understood, we have to understand the first and foremost the Chandra for the blood and the Karkata Rasi for that of the blood vascularity or the vascular structures. Midhuna Rasi is referral with that of the chest. Here the Buddha is the Lord of the Midhuna Rasi. That means here the Midhuna Karkata 2 Rasis are predominantly pushing us towards to understand the Nadi in astrology. When we see this Rakta and Rasa of the Chandra and Buddha, 2 planets. In astrology, Buddha is considered as the most important planet because the pridana is going to be, or the nourishment of the body is depend upon the Mercury itself. He is going to act dualistically. If he is with the good planets in association, he develops good health. If he is with the malefic or the bad planets, then he is going to develop the ill health. Ill health is referred with that of the sixth bhava or the sixth placement from that of the lagna or the ascendant. What is this lagna or the ascendant? In a particular basic chart, when a person is going to be having a person's chart is to be derived at the time of the birth, whatever the zodiac sign is at the rising at the horizon is called as the lagna. Placement of the Chandra is referred as the Chandra Lagna, referred to that of the psychological health, whereas this rising horizon Lagna is referred to with that of the physical health. When we are looking at the Nadi, we both look for that of the physical health and psychological health. It is very easy to make out the Prakriti analysis astrologically based upon the Panchabhautika Tattva's representation with respect to that of the planets, otherwise the Tridosha representation with that of the planets. Corresponding to that of the Lagna, physical body Prakriti is easily analyzed. In the same way, psychological attitudes of the Chandra Sthita, Rashi, Chandra position, Nakshatra position is going to be referred to that of the Manasika Prakriti. Deha Prakriti, Manasika Prakriti is a very easy attempt which we can make in the medical astrology. But here when we are coming with the Nadi Pariksha grossly I take only a disease diagnosis with reference to, especially the cardiac health. When we are looking at the cardiac referral is with to the of the chest as the Mithuna Rasi, blood vascularity with the Karkata Rasi, and Simha Rasi is considered as the three for the cardiovascular system in total. We have the heart functionality. Basically, we have either the rapid heart rate or otherwise the slow heart rate. When the rapid heart rate is going to be referred, at that time, it is Kuja who is going to play an important role. A placement of the Kuja planet in the particular cardiovascular area or otherwise aspecting, that is, the planets are going to have an angulation with this particular and thereby they are aspecting, and this aspect or otherwise the placement, both are going to be referral to that of the rapid heart rate tachycardia, which we can see in the Tivra Gati as in the Nadi. The same way the Mandagati Nadi is going to be seen with reference to that of the Shani as a Manda. Now here a big question is going to come because it is most of the analysis. Shani is for that of the Vata, and whereas Kuja is for that of the Pitta. Yes, the Kuja with the Tivrata and Pitta dynamism is being acceptable. How come a Vata Manda Gati is going to be spoken as a Shani impairment with reference to that of the bradycardia? What actually happens here is, whenever we see this, the bradycardia, brady is slow. In Vata Vyadhis also we see, whenever this Vata Gati is interrupted, then only the disease of the Vata are going to be there. Atipravritti Sangova Siranam Grandhiyo Piva. Here the Sira Grandhi are obstructive phenomena is observed from the Guru in the horoscope. In a particular horoscope, when we see these four planets very specifically, Kuja, Ravi, and Shani and Guru, these are susceptible to give a cardiac arrhythmias or otherwise the pulse alternative or pulses alternative or bradycardia, tachycardia, and any sort of the pulse defects could be observed with these four planets and three rasis which we have come across. In fact, I can understand This particular subject is a new and very dry. Usually the people expect what they know already. When a speaker speaks, it looks as if it's a very great thing. Otherwise, when a speaker speaks in new things which are difficult to be assimilative, then the interest is going to be get deteriorated. But it is a science which we have to accept it. Very specifically, when we see a star relations with reference to that of the cardiac diseases, for example, Pushyami Nakshatra, Aslesha Nakshatra, Anuradha Nakshatra. Pushyami, Aslesha, Anuradha. Here you see Pushyami, Anuradha are the Shani Nakshatras. Aslesha is the Buddha Nakshatra. When we see Aprinana or the malnourishment is going to be a cause of the disease of the heart, at that time it is going to be of Buddha in nature, Buddha star. Otherwise, the Shani Nakshatras are predominant. We can just see even the Pubba Nakshatra and Shatabhisha Nakshatra is a Rahu Nakshatra. Shatabhisha is a Rahu Nakshatra, Pubba is a Sukra Nakshatra, and Kumbhasthita Dhanishta is the Kuja Nakshatra. See here the Sukra, Kuja, and the Rahu are going to be included. Whenever these Rahu Ketus are being included, when these two planets are aspecting or linked with the sixth house, especially with the cardiovascular systems, at that time the implants are going to be very common. Nowadays, cardiac stents which are being put on, they are being observed with that of the involvement of the Rahu and Ketu in their horoscope related to the heart. Thereby, they got implantations. We see this many combinations and permutations of the planets in this vicinity of sixth house and the disease house. When we see this disease house, Ayurjyotisham, it do not speak about the pulse, but it speaks about a diagnosis through the sixth house, eighth house, and 12th house related to a particular organ based. Even the Taltu pulse diagnosis, I speak a Nadi Pariksha through a organ derivation, but not a disease derivation. Because disease derivations are the micro in nature, many a times it is a possibility to miss by the examiner. But whereas the organ-based study, a particular organ when we are having as it is being there, and we can ascertain or we can assume a particular disease. If suppose a liver is a targeting in the Ayur Jyotisham through the 108 padas of the nakshatras, we go with a liver disease, either it could be of the Kamala, either it could be of the liver cirrhosis, or there is a possibility of obstructive phenomenon. That means here in the fourth one is the portal circulation. Now, when we see the planetary combination, obstruction, whenever it is going to be there, there shouldn't must be a Jupiter in it along with it. We have the organ, we have the planet, and we have the dosha. When the three things are there, the diagnosis in Ayur Jyotisham is easy. The same way, with the three fingers of the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, we have the predominances of the organs understanding through the finger. At the time, it is a very easy to assume because you are looking even the physical signs and symptoms which are in front of you. You are not blind enough. As this particular Nadi Pariksha is a tool which we are going to utilize in the process of the diagnosis. Alone, it has to be independently, dependently, we have to understand according to the situation. We need a disease establishment which is being inferred to be established through a particular laboratory investigations also. We cannot just go blindly in this 21st era with either the Ayur Jyotisham diagnosis or the Nadi diagnosis, pulse diagnosis. When we see this entire scenario, we can understand in the natural zodiac and also in the horoscope. Third house, fourth house, fifth house denotes the Nadi, and otherwise Nadi, not in the Nadi, but it is a circulatory system which we can examine in a better way. On the other hand, we have to synchronize with the Lagna understanding with reference to that of the physical health and the psychological health through the Chandra placed Rasi, and thereafter we have to draw a conclusion. Here, ultimately, one thing I just want to say, people are going to see in the hand as a palmistry, and in the Nadi, there is a Nadi at the particular area which we are going to see for that of the denoting, establishing a particular aspect of the Nadi Pariksha. Most commonly, this is being observed by the southern systems, but not the northern systems. We have the n number of the dialects in the Nadi Pariksha. Each and every person who is speaking the or teaching the Nadi Pariksha is based upon their personal experiences. But when we observe some of the textuals, we have many contradictory items also. We have to bring all these under one umbrella, and we have to bring out an evidence-based Nadi Pariksha. There is a way the Technoayurveda is still working on the evidence-based Nadi Pariksha and also evidence-based Ayurjyotisham also of the medical astrology. For each and everything, we need to have an establishment of the evidence. With the evidence established, in my book of Ayurjyotisham, I have made out how to diagnose genetical disorders, how to diagnose the present diseases, and how to disease the forthcoming diseases. Diseases timing is very important. Very subtle feelings which we are going to take. Here I would like to use three words. First one is the interception. This is referred to that of the understanding what actually we are doing. The second is intuition. What has been in our remote memory has to be brought out through the intuition. And ultimately, the insight has to be developed, how we have to make it. I have many of friends at present, those who are teaching much of the pulse diagnosis in India and even in abroad. They all started from 1985 onwards. Initially, when I was in Maharshi movement, in 1985, we designed this pulse diagnosis course. Balraj Maharshi was there from the Andhra area, and Trigunaji was there from Delhi. Trigunaji, Balraj Maharshi, all these people cumulatively they brought with their experiences bagged together as a pulse diagnosis course in Maharshi. Today, people, those who are teaching, the basis is basically from the Maharshi movement, which has been started. It has taken the different branches based upon. And from the southern, we have the Nadi Nakshatramala, one book. In that, Madhye Vahati Kafam, the middle finger is being seen with the kapha. How can we understand this particular understanding of this middle finger kapha? If I going to speak on based upon a particular textbook which is written 400 years back, the people are going to deny me as if I am non-Ayurvedic person. Because in our mind, it is being penetrated. The index is for the vata, middle is for that of the pitta and kapha. The same way we are examining, we have a fabricated thought, not the innovative or the explorative thought. Here, we do require a research related to that of the different structures and modules, or otherwise a combinations and permutations which are being there in the Nadi Pariksha. One out of such thing is going to be establishing Ayurveda, astrology, and Nadi together as the three things. At that time only we are able to make it a proper understanding and a technically validated and valuable, innovative, structural, dynamic Nadi Pariksha methodologies. So here, whenever we are going to say, we have to understand the Nadi, the pulse is going to be there. Based upon the pulse or the mounts on the palm, we can understand the refer with that of the dosha predominances in the Jyotisha also. Here from the Nadi to go Jyotisha is no use. From the Jyotisha to come back into the Nadi is useful. So I think this particular subject still do require a research and long insight. I am very much thankful for this opportunity here, and I am much thankful to that of the organizers and especially the Shilpa Madam. Thank you very much. Hope you do not have any questions, as this subject is a very new, and try to assimilate it by looking from the Facebook. If it is possible, let us meet and we can discuss particular topic at any time. Thank you very much, and over to Shilpa Madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was really nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think there will be no questions. Yeah. Can you please explain again about what it is? I have in the chart. Can you please explain again about the Chelaguna and bradycardia? Here actually bradycardia is not with the Chelaguna, it is a Mandaguna. Shani is referred as a Manda. A Manda Shani causes the bradycardia. Whenever the Shani influences are there, the heart rate is decreased. A hypotension is referred with that of the Shani. Hypertension is referred with that of the Kuja. Anything else to say?
Sir, just one question from my side also.
Please.
अरिष्ट में हम लोग कैसे देखेंगे इसको? अरिष्ट में.
Arishta.
हाँ, yeah. Can we correlate with the Arishta Nadi in the astrology by like?
Asanna Marana Lakshana Arishta Nadi is being observed in the Jyotisha also. Here we follow two dasha systems for understanding the Arishta. From any in dasha period, from the sixth lord, sixth place posited, sixth lord and sixth place posited, when we are having that particular graha, antardasha, or from there the 8. Otherwise, the rule is like from the dasha nakshatra, if a person, a particular nakshatra lord or the dasha lord is in the 6th place, 8th place, and 12th place, from the dasha lord, the 6th and 8th and 12th place posited planets becomes the antardasha lords. At that time, the person is subjected for the getting arishta. If the 8th lord dasha is going on, from there the 8th placement sub lord is going to be the antardasha. Then from there the 8th is the vidisha, the third level of the dasha system. The mrityu is certain. I have made out one particular area where 6th lord, 8th lord, and 12th lord conjoining together in a particular 8 degrees of the arc. And the patient was totally fetal and he is in ICU and he was about to be dead, about to die. And in a fraction of seconds, he started recovering. When I observed this particular fraction of the seconds in the Gochara, I observed as one planet entered into that 8 degrees of the arc, the second planet in seconds gap has been left the arc. Thereby the patient survived, but Asanna Marala Lakshana are being observed. Cardiac disease, in there any books to understand it better? There are, you can just search in any net for the Ayurveda books. But at present, there are no exclusive books has come out. As for the Ayurveda concerned, with only one book, my book is available as Ayur Jyotisham. It is examining a horoscope for a particular disease of the genetical disorders and the forthcoming disorder, existing disorders, and assessment through the dasha systems and nakshatra or the nakshatra vrukshas has been mentioned. I am attempting the individualized diseases which could be understood system-wise, cardiovascular system diseases and neural disease like that. Otherwise, diseases totaled together as a second volume of the Ayur Jyotisha, expecting in a couple of years. I think this much is sufficient. If at all anything is there, my phone number is there. This is a WhatsApp number. You can contact me.
Yeah, sir. One just question is there from Dr. Mitushi. Can you explain about the Chalaguna and the bradycardia?
That's what I said, madam. Chalaguna is the Mandaguna. Here the Chala, what he was speaking, is the Manda actually of the Shani. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, male, female, accordingly, gender, is there any role of Nadi and Jyotish, any connection?
Actually, Nadi with Jyotisha is not at all, because we are diagnosing directly based upon the Rashi, Nakshatra, Navamsha, and interrelation with that of the 9 planets. See, whenever there is a one golden rule, I say thumb rule, whenever the Rahu and Ketu are related to that of the Karkata Rasi in a particular chart, either by situation or by aspecting, at that time, the person is subjected for that of the implantations. Here, the cardiovascular system I have made in the Midhuna Rasi, Karkata Rasi, and the Simha Rasi. These 3 areas based upon the Nakshatra Navamsas, when we are having a definitive landmarks where exactly the issues are going to be there, they are already being observed evidentially in the horoscopes. Some of the horoscopes I have referred in my book. Some are being collected because the collection of the horoscopes is a continuous process. We have, if you have some sort of such cases, give me so that let us examine together how this is going to be appropriated. As far the pulse is concerned, it is referred to that of the cardiovascular system in Jyotisha. Any other?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I think
I hope, yeah. Directly unmute करके भी पूछ सकते हैं. Just within 5 minutes, our next speaker is joining. So we have just 5 minutes more with Dr. KSR sir.
Okay.
That opportunity. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Even I have got a chance of time gap adjustment also. If it
Yes.
if somebody can raise a question so that it will be more comfortable.
Yes, definitely.
Actually,
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please, Mitushi.
Sir, you said that Siha Rashi can be more prone to cardiovascular diseases, right?
Yes.
So, how did you pretend? Like, how did you say?
I did not pretend, predict. In the natural zodiac, the Gemini is represented with the lungs and chest especially. They don't say lungs, it is chest. The Karkata Rasi is ruled by the Chandra. Chandra is for the blood and Karkata is for the vascularity and heart circulation. Simha Rasi is going to have its impact over. See, much of the cardiac problems are being thought as abdominal discomforts. Because this connectivity, the areas of the connecting also to be taken, but Mainly the Karkata Rasi, which is ruled by Chandra, representative of the Rakta in the astrology. And the Rasa is represented by the Mercury. The Rasa and Rakta Mishrana is going to be there. And Ravi stands for that of the heart and stubbornness. Thereby, we consider Buddha, Chandra, and Ravi together a combination for the circulatory system. And here the psychological impacts are also going to be there. The physical illnesses are going to be there. Deformities are going to be there. We consider and examine the physical deformities in the through the Lagna and psychological illness from the Chandra and from the Atma, from that of the sun sign. Sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign, Lagna, the three are important in astrology. I take the regularly courses of the medical astrology and also Tantu Nadi Pariksha. Mostly Tantu Nadi will be announced next week. And next month, already last month, I have completed one Ayur Jyotisham. And next month, I have to announce one more course for 30 days. That takes 30 days. And in this, I wish to speak about the Tantu Nadi, as I said. Tantu Nadi specifically speaks about the organ relation. Thereby, we are achieving the diagnosis. Ayur Jyotisham speaks about the organs through the Navamshas. Thereby, we reach the diagnosis. In both, I have taken a route of the organ-based study, but not the mere dosha-based study. Organ-based study added with that of the dosha-based study gives more comprehensive results. As I said very well, all the pulse diagnosis methodologies at present that are running in India, they are all generated from the basically Maharshi pulse diagnosis course, which is being initiated in 1985. Probably you never know, before to 1985, only some of the areas, the people, when I was learning in 1979, pulse diagnosis, a handful of the people were there to speak about the pulse diagnosis. There were no people in 1978, 79 to speak about the pulse diagnosis. Today, you are very fortunate to know different dialects of the pulse diagnosis also. Many people learn many aspects as LAD. LAD pulse diagnosis is very wide combination, in fact. Actually, here I go, the 3 is multiplied by, that is 6. Next, partitions, 6 goes into the 12 partition. 12 partition goes into the 24 partitions in my methodology. The LAD methodology is each and every finger at the first level is divided into 9. 9 into 3 is 27 dialects are going to be observed under the 3 fingers. Now you let me know. The complications are of understandings and the levels of the understandings. Here, the summation of this 9 quadrant, 9 planets, he has interpreted even. This interpretation of the 9 quadrant with 9 planets, this is the difficult things which are going to be given. Now, many people stop at the 3, some go with 6, some go with the 12, some go with that of the 24, because I calculate in the pulse diagnosis Urdhva Prana, Adho Prana. Urdhva Prana, Adho Prana, how many people speak that I don't know. And the same way, when I am speaking the 2-way, Urdhva Vata, Adho Vata, I speak this. Urdhva Vata and Adho Vata, Urdhva Pitta, Adho Pitta, Urdhva Kapha, Adho Kapha. How to understand this is quite different. The entire thing is, even today, even though many machines are there, machines are based upon the neural impulse which is created from the of the heart. And whereas the pulse which we are feeling is the optical sensation which we are feeling at the end of the finger. This is being added values, or we are ignoring some of the part. This time has to say, science has to say. So I think I have to stop here. And Silpa madam, over to you. And thank you very much once again for the organizers and all the people, those who asked the questions very specifically.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
very
much, sir.